Welcome back to another Beeline to Passport. My name is Joe Batista. I'm your host, and this is GKI Radio. Tonight, we have another beautiful person here in Beeline to Passport. We have a president of Project My Image. She's also a talent director at the Actor Academy, and she has many other hats. Tonight we have Miss Diana Abreu. Diana,
Hi, how are you, Joe? Thank you so much for the invitation.
thank you for accepting this invitation. We know you are very, very busy woman, and we want to have the opportunity to talk about your projects, talk about everything that you've been doing with Project My Image and future events, and an event that is this week that you're going to have in November 6th. You're going to have this event, and we want to talk about that. But first, let's find out how everything started. Tell me about your childhood. Tell me about where you're from originally and all that good stuff.
Sure. Um, as you said, Diana Abreu, I was born in Chile, in Arica, in the northern part of the country. And I have, I'm Chilean, but my family's Italian from my mother's side. And I do speak Italian and Portuguese as well. And I had a very happy childhood with my grandparents who are no longer alive. But it was a very nice childhood in the country, eating mangoes from the mango trees and really enjoying, everything that quiet, peaceful life of northern Chile was able to offer me back then. And, after a few years, I became an exchange student at 16, and I came to the States. I came to the States. I lived in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where I graduated from high school, from Washington High School. Go Warriors. And then I went back to Chile for a little bit and then came back to Texas. I lived in Keller, Texas for a little bit. And then here in Miami, I've been for the past 26 years.
Wow, 26 years in Miami. Um, and education, regarding education, you went to from high school, you get some college degree.
Yes. So I have a bachelor's of science in business administration with a certificate in human resources from Barry University. And I have a master in human resource management from Florida International University.
Wow, wow. She's been prepared. She went and get some education to have the roles that she's doing right now. Also, how the talent director of the academy, actor academy. You have some background on that area, like TV or modeling. Tell us about that.
So I started modeling when I was 5 years old in my country in Chile. My coach back then was Mrs. Rina Lynch. She was a very loved lady by everyone in Chile, in my city. And we did so many fashion shows, and she taught me pretty much what I know, and taught me to love the cameras and the pictures and the runway. And I used to love it. My mother had to hold me back all the time. I used to model 6, 7, 8 runways sometimes in the same show, but she would hold me back because I wanted to go and it was not my turn. And I wanted to go again. And she's like, no, you need to let the other girls go. But I want to go. So I think I got that since I was very little. And then, as I grew older, I did some things, pageantry. I was Miss American Airlines in Santiago, Chile. I participated in different shows, and then a little bit of modeling also in Santiago, Chile. And then when I came here to Miami, I was able to model for some photographers. I did some shows and fashion shows for JCPenney, for some stores. And I also had the pleasure to work at Don Francisco at the Sábado Gigantes, and do some skits and some things for La Familia Fernandez. I did a few things for Despierta America, but that was back many years ago. So that's how things started from my perspective, from my own experience. But then as I got my education and got my graduation in human resources, and then I got some other additional certifications, I started doing talent management for professionals. And I thought, if I am able to manage talent when it comes to a professional level, if we don't start managing talent at a younger age, how do we expect a 20, 30, or 40-year-old woman to know what they need to know and to quote unquote demand what is right when they have not been taught to do so from a younger age? And so that's how everything started. And that's how I had the pleasure to meet the owner of the Actor Academy, where my daughter was a student as well. And we found some commonalities. And I think the dynamic was so good and so rich that we decided to do a couple of things together. And that's why I'm part of them, and trying to teach a few soft skills lessons to our students.
And for the people, for our audience, then they don't know who is Don Francisco. Don Francisco is, I believe he have the world record, the Guinness World Record of the person in front of a camera with a show for the longest years in
That's
the same
correct.
station, because he was all the time in Univision all this time. I don't know, it was more than 40 years old. It's a big number like that.
Yeah,
Every Saturday have that show, and all the Hispanics, we know who is Don Francisco, and La Familia Fernandez as well. There were, Univision shows. They were aired in. I'm original from Puerto Rico, and I remember seeing the skits for Familia Fernandez in Puerto Rico as well. That's awesome. You get all this experience, and now you use this experience in your day to day, helping the younger age to learn, and not only that, to develop this knowledge that they can do better in their careers. Wow, wow, I love it, I love it. And
great.
you said that you speak Portuguese and Italian, but you continue using your Portuguese Italian in your day to day, dealing with some talent, or probably dealing with some business on a day to day.
Well, recently I was working for an organization that was global and headquarters in Netherlands. And I had to travel because it was part of my territory. I had the region was mine, and I had Canada, US, and Latin America. So Brazil was one of the countries I needed to visit for training and development and talent management and all that. So I was able to practice on my trips to Brazil. I have friends from Brazil here in Miami. And then Italian, I get to practice a little bit with my mom, and I have family in Milano, and we communicate many times through WhatsApp or Facebook. So it's not I would say Portuguese is much better than Italian. Italian is, if you don't practice the language, you tend to become, sloppy when it comes to certain sentences and words. But I know that if I go over there, I will be able to communicate. As a matter of fact, we're going next year in July, so I better start practicing my Italian.
Yeah, my Italian is Italian seasoning and Italian bread. All right. Well, Diana, we're gonna go to a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with more of Diana Abreu here in Beeline to Passports on GKI Radio. We are back here on GKI Radio. This is your host, Joe Batista, and this is Beeline to Passport. Tonight we have Diana Abreu. Diana is the president of Project My Image. Also, she's a talent director at the Actor Academy in Miami and Doral, Florida. Diana, I met you 6 months ago, approximately, and we started working together in a project. But during that period of time, you told me you have some projects during the last year, and there was that project that were delayed for the pandemic, etc. Uh, how was the last 6 months, the last year for you with this situation with the pandemic? And not only that, with the events that you have planned during 2020, mid 2021.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. It has not been easy for anybody, right? I think, this pandemic came really to surprise us and made us, at least it made me rethink and reinvent myself to see, things from a different perspective. And yes, back in when the pandemic hit, I was in Colombia traveling for work from my previous job. Um, and I came and we were ready to start, a project we had at the Spanish monastery with some of the models. So we participated there. And the next day, it's when everything got closed here in Miami, and we were told to stay home or be careful not to get, COVID-19. So I had plans, as you mentioned. I wanted to participate or do something for Miami Swim Week, and I thought I was gonna get some type of a partnership with a hotel and do a fashion show, and things got worse, and nobody wanted to come and get into my photo shoot or my videos until we felt that it was becoming a little bit easy to get to see people, even just a few at a time. And I contacted a good friend of mine who has supported me tremendously, Maria Libreros from Marriott, Hyatt previously, Marriott now. And she told me, Diana, let's see what we can do. And we visited her hotel in Sunny Isles, Miami Beach/Miami Beach. And we worked very hard to, come together with 3 models at a time. So we went to that hotel a couple of days, sometimes very early in the morning or really late in the afternoon to capture good pictures and to be able to not only do a photo shoot, but also to record the models going through the runway, which was on the side of the swim pool. And we did that, and I had already the swimwear order. It was designed especially for this show, and we had 18 models, and we finally got everybody, to be photo, we were able to complete their photo shoot and then just put them together into a video, who, I have to say this and appreciate and send my appreciation to Rafael Rincon, the photographer I have been working with since I opened my company. He supported me. He created a beautiful video where the girls really, it seems like they're all together crossing the runway, and it was just the magic that Rafael Rincon was able to put together for us. And we were able to show that on Instagram, on Facebook, and then also on the YouTube channel for Project My Image. And I think it was a nice thing. I felt very accomplished, because it was a time where nothing was going to happen, and have a swimsuit collection and have models coming together and pictures taken and video. And I thought we had done a very, very good job. And from there, we did a couple of photo shoots in different locations. We did one in Palm Beach that was beautiful. And now we have another show. Hopefully this is going to be bigger and better.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I remember also you did the camp here in the Central Florida or Orlando area.
Yeah.
That we were part of the camp, assisting you and being part of that camp. That was a very beautiful event. We learned a lot from the girls, very young girls to the oldest was 18. Yes, 18.
Yes. Yes.
That was the oldest, and we learn and they learn some new skills to use on a day to day with this modeling and acting for some of them that they want to pursue in the future career. Uh,
Yeah.
very, very. That was very. That was great, beautiful, and we want to do something next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We will do another camp next year. We may modify a little bit the dates. It may not be a whole week, but we will have a camp next year for sure in the city of Orlando, Florida. And
Awesome.
thank you to the Rosen Hotels for supporting us back in June when we did the camp.
Awesome. That's awesome. Now, uh, doing this also, you start planning some event that is gonna be this coming Saturday, the Women Inspire Women Awards that goes hand to hand to a fashion show. Tell me a little bit about the Women Inspire Women. Uh, from where came that idea about women inspire women, and not only that, why the why behind that awards?
Sure. I think that COVID brought a lot of sadness, a lot of death. I lost my father in February to COVID as well. And, but I think that also left some lessons to be learned. And again, I think that people reinvented themselves in many ways that we never thought possible. So in having this pandemic and not being able to talk to people and having or forcing yourself to do a lot of things like, virtual meetings. I was already used to doing a lot of virtual training because my previous company was global, and I had to support many times Asia Pacific or Europe, and I had to work at different time zones. So I was very used to the virtual setting. But I started doing things with the models and doing some Zoom calls, and I had support from some, people from Latin America who are involved in fashion and fashion shows and designers, and started doing interviews and then more interviews. And I kind of, I interviewed men, and then I said, let me just kind of stick with women and learn a little bit. And as I was interviewing them, sometimes because of their profession or because they were designers, I started learning the story behind that designer and how maybe it was that person had a medical condition, And that created the opportunity to become a designer. And somebody had a problem, a very personal problem, and that supported being a designer. Or maybe it created a problem and she had to push back and then, pick up the pieces and become a designer at a later time. So as I was doing that and learning from these women, I thought, these women are really inspirational because they all have a beautiful story. Granted, we all have a story behind us. Some stories are more inspirational than others. So because I was doing these interviews, I didn't have a title. So I created the title Women Inspiring Women Through Instagram Live. And one day, as I was planning the fashion show, I thought, why not? I mean, a fashion show is nice. People come, they look at the dresses, the designers. I want this to have substance. I want this to be kind of dedicated to women. And so everything that you will see in this show this coming Saturday is really from the music they're going to be in the runway. Is all powerful music for Beyonce, Pink. We have Aretha Franklin. We have, it's going to be RESPECT, right? It's going to be Madonna. It's going to be Cyndi Lauper. It's going to be all these women that throughout the years have taught us that we are free, that we're powerful, that we're beautiful, that we can work and pay our own things. And you know how Destiny Childs used to say that. So I thought, we have women supporting the event. We have men, of course, as our allied, right? But I want to make sure that people know that there's lots of women out there that are not being recognized. So I thought having a fashion show is beautiful, but I want to have an essence that is more beautiful than. And I said, if I interview women that are inspirational, why not to open it up to have some of them being, recognized and awarded? So I opened through social media and contacting people that I knew and said, hey, I'm looking for women that are truly inspirational, right? And here are the guidelines. Some people read the guidelines, some people did not read the guidelines. So we did get a lot of emails, messages, and of course, with all the respect, everybody who nominated someone, for that person, the one that they nominated is inspirational. So we appreciate all the people that took the time to send those messages. Some of them, they were long biographies. Some of them were short notes saying, my neighbor is an amazing lady who has 2 kids. One is really sick and she is an amazing mother. So that is also inspirational. But we had to be fair. And we had to say, this is the first year doing this. I know maybe a few of these ladies. I don't know all of them. Some of them, I know them by name. But I want to make sure that it's a fair selection. And I chose a couple of people that I will mention on Saturday that I've known for years in different professions. I have somebody in Lima, Peru, who is a director of human resources. I have somebody in Bolivia. I have somebody in Colombia. I have somebody in Chile. I have another lady who is in Brazil. So I said, can I count on you? I said, together we can kind of read these biographies and remove the ones that are not accurate and leave the top 25, and then let's work towards leaving the top 10. And that's how we did it. It was tough because we wanted to leave more people in the top 10, but we needed to narrow it down. And November 6th, we're gonna get to meet those finalists, the top 10, and they will be all receiving a certificate and the recognition of the audience learning a little bit about them. And then we're going to get to know and hear the name of the top 5 who will be awarded a beautiful trophy, but that is very meaningful for Project by Image with our Women Inspiring Women Award logo, which is 2 women looking at each other and butterflies are coming out because butterflies are metamorphosis, their evolution, and their kind of freedom. So that's something that we will get to see on November 6th, next Saturday, and really celebrate these women, and then continue with more women music and more celebration and more beautiful, not only accessories, but also clothing from amazing designers that are coming together. Actually, 9 of them in this show.
Wow, wow. When we come back from the commercial break, we're going to talk about now the fashion show and all the designers and all that good stuff that's going to happen this coming Saturday. We're going to go to a short commercial break, but remember to drop a comment or question if you would like, sorry, you would like to hear them answer on this show. The number is 407 476 9059. Remember to say my name, Joe Batista, followed by your name and your question or comment, and you could also hear it here in Beeline to Passport on GKI Radio. Welcome back to your show, Beeline to Passport on GKI Radio. My name is Joe Batista. I'm your host. Tonight we have Miss Diana Abreu. She's the president at Project My Image, talent director at the Actor Academy. Former model, former TV star, also because hey, you were in front of a camera for a while, in working with Don Francisco Moss and doing some skits. Now, this Saturday is the event. What is the name of the event? And the people can hear in all the roster of the talents that you're gonna have there, the people, the designers, the musicians, all that. Tell us about that.
Sure. So we're super excited. The show this November 6th is going to be Style and Image Under the Stars. Originally, it was going to be Under the Sun, but we couldn't do the show in the summer because of the pandemic. So we have decided that we will have soon a summer one, smaller, just for a summer wear. And then this one on Saturday is Under the Stars because it's more towards, the holidays. And we're going to have clothing, and we're going to have formal wear, and we're going to have beautiful accessories. We are going to have 9 designers coming from different places. We are very excited. We're going to have the GABA compliments directly from Rancagua, Chile. These are accessories that are handmade. We are very excited with the collection of divas and comics. And we are going to have also Bejeweled by Lisette. And she's coming also, I believe it's Baltimore. I hope she does not get upset if I got the city wrong. And she is bringing beautiful jewelry and necklaces and bracelets, and it's going to be truly amazing to see everything she's bringing. We're going to have Landcraft. They're coming from California with hand-painted hats. Beautiful. I can't wait to see them, and beautiful accessories that they also are handmade. We're going to have Reichi Apparel coming from Orlando, Florida. This is a man who is just amazing and is a dreamer. And we're going to get to know a little bit more about him because he went from sports to fashion, and he's doing a very good job with Reichi Apparel. We are going to have Childhood Way Boutique presenting beautiful quinceañeras outfits. We're going to have Wild Swank with beautiful designer Maybel Sanchez. She's going to bring these amazing dresses, beautiful and sexy for all the Miami, Florida, and Orlando, Florida, and New York, and all the big cities, for the ladies to go out and to go to the club, their favorite clubs, dressed in these amazing outfits. We're going to have Oh my goodness. We're going to have Mac Fashion Lounge coming and joining us. They're going to pick a few of their vendors to show some of the clothing on the runway. We're going to have an amazing Cuban designer who lived for many years in Spain, and he is just in Miami for 9 years, Osvaldo Joya, and he's going to bring just gorgeous outfits. And finally, we're going to have, and I'm hoping I didn't miss anybody. No, I didn't. I'm going to have Luis Rentas directly from Puerto Rico. And Luis is going to bring two collections. He's going to bring a holiday collection for the little ones. We have, I think the smallest is 9 years old, and they're going to have amazing outfits for the holidays. And then we're going to have a treat because he's bringing some beautiful, gorgeous Puerto Rican queens, Intercontinental, Mundo, Petite, you name them. If you name the name, you will have them because they're all coming. I mean, Puerto Rico will be in town for sure. And we will be able to see all these ladies participating on the runway. Yeah.
Wow, wow, yeah. Luis Rentas is very well known in the fashion and also in the pageant industry. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he's the one dressing Miss Mundo Internacional and all that. Yes, wow. Basically, you have people from everywhere. California, Maryland, Orlando, Puerto Rico. Oh, no. Hey, they're gonna be awesome. They're gonna be an awesome event.
Yes.
In the music, you mentioned
Yes.
the
Yes.
musicians. What you gonna have there?
So that's another part to be very excited about. We're going to have an opening by, and I'm telling you, all this is calientito, como dicen. This is hot from the oven.
Yes, yes.
We're going to have an amazing saxophone player, Marlon Gonzalez. He's a young artist. He plays in some important restaurants here in Miami, and he will be playing an amazing song that I will be thrilled to listen, but I can't tell you what it is because it's not going to be a surprise. And he's going to have a beautiful dancer, Lini Garcia, and Lini Arce Garcia, and she will be, am I saying her last name right? I'm thinking. I will come back to you in just a minute. Maybe I'm just transposing the last names. And Lini will be dancing right behind Marlon on a very, very beautiful dance that her teacher is putting together. So we're very excited about that. What else I have? I have El Duque, reggaeton singer. Okay. And he will be bringing a song right before we do the awards. And we're going to be closing with Mr. Sanchez, veteran singer, reggaeton. He was recently in the Brazilian festival, and he is now I think he's now in Puerto Rico singing. So his next stop will be Miami, Florida for Style and Image Under the Stars. So we are very excited because it's going to be a very dynamic show. It's going to be a show that will not allow anybody to be bored. And we're going to have a beautiful magic carpet. So instead of having a red carpet, people will have a magic carpet with everything that has to do with Arabian Nights and some beautiful Arabian ladies.
Oh, okay, okay. And where the people can buy the tickets? Then it's for this Saturday, but they still
Of course.
buy the tickets.
Yeah, of course. They can buy the tickets until 1 p.m. on Saturday. The event will be at the Big Five Club here in Miami, Florida, which is located at 600 Southwest 92nd Avenue. It's a well-known private club. And the tickets, they can buy them through Eventbrite by searching Style and Image Under the Stars. We did have an early bird special that we had at least half of 50% of the people purchase already their tickets. But if you did not, Eventbrite has tickets for Style and Image Under the Stars, or also you can call 786-261-3819, 786-261-3819. 3819 and ask for what other ways you can purchase your ticket.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're gonna go to another commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about the future, what plans we have for 2022, and with Diana Abreu. And people, thank you for being with us here in this amazing show, Beeline to Passport. Uh, Learning about Diana Abreu and all her projects and her story. We'll be right back with more of Beeline to Passport on GKI Radio.
Well, in the dark, so I lost all my friends, and in the end, all I had was you.
You want that white horse? I'm not Cinderella. You're not my Prince Charming. There is no forever,
Welcome back to this amazing show tonight with Diana Abreu. She is the project My Image President, talent director at the Actor Academy here in Beeline to Passport on GKI Radio. Uh, Diana, plans for 2022, what we have, what we're gonna see in another the shows, what plans I have with the shows, with the girls and you um working also with the any foundation or any non-profit organization that you're working with.
Sure. Um, so for after November 6th, right? I have a list of dreams, and because that's how projects start. You have a dream and you start talking about it, and you start kind of, it starts materializing. So for next year, for this year, we still have a photo shoot coming up. We had to change it a couple of times because of the pandemic, and people are still not very comfortable. We were going to go to Georgia. We were going to do a calendar just like we did last year, but we are analyzing if that is the right way to go. We may have some surprises for 2022. But for 2022, definitely the Orlando camp in the summer, maybe a shorter version, a more condensed version, a longer day, but a more beneficial for the girls and for the families as well, with some fun activities in it, just like we did this year. Summer fashion show, the winter fashion show as well. And we're having also some photo shoots and classes at the Actor Academy. We're offering sessions not only in modeling, which I don't like to call it modeling because Project My Image is really a personal image agency. We do teach everything that a model needs to know, but also we teach the soft skills. We want to make sure that girls are not only beautiful and stand and walk correctly, but also they communicate effectively. And they are good communicators in any situation, in any impromptu situation. And they're able to have a conversation that is knowledgeable and intelligent. And that's how we're preparing women to have intelligent conversations and to have emotional intelligence. So I invite anybody who's interested to look into this academy here in Miami and take a look. Maybe there's something, I think there is something for everybody. And continuing growing, there's, as I mentioned, many things on paper. But hopefully those will materialize as well during 2022.
And one of the most important, and I was thinking, hey, say this one.
Which one?
The Women Inspire Women.
Of course.
Second, the second day,
Of
basically
course.
into 2022.
Yeah, of course. Well, yesterday, actually, I did an interview on Instagram Live. I was able to interview one of the top 10. And I know that I will be doing that. I know I used to do this interview on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or Thursdays. Now I have changed the dynamic a little bit and I'm doing Saturdays. So I'm going to be maybe next Saturday or the Saturday after, I'm going to interview another, even if the show has passed, I will still interview those top 10 so people get to know them. And then working towards the Inspiring Women Awards second year, which should be bigger and better. We want everybody's participation, but we want everybody to really think and understand the guidelines and understand that, hey, for us, there's always an inspirational or inspiring women out there. But we want to make sure that we truly understand the meaning of that, and that the woman that we are, nominating is someone who is a leader, is not a competitor, is someone who is genuine, is someone who cares about others, is someone who doesn't care to share the glory with somebody else. On the contrary, is willing to do so, and that it's always someone in a learning cycle, right? We never stop learning, so we want women that continue to learn, no matter how old we are. We always learn.
That's great. That's great. Yes, we're very excited and seeing all these projects to come alive and be there, helping, assist you, partnered with you in any of those. Because I know what we're doing for these kids now, they're gonna reflect for the future of this nation. Is super important. Uh, what is your social media and to the people can follow Diana Abreu and Project My Image?
Yeah, absolutely. They can see all the projects we're working on, and whatever is coming on Instagram at project_my image. And then also on Facebook, we are at Project My Image all together. And then our website is www.projectmyimage.com. I think that's it.
And a phone number, then they can contact you for any questions for
Of course.
events or the Actor Academy, or including Project My Image.
Of course. They can call me at 786-261-3819.
Awesome, awesome. And you're gonna, I believe, your mini me gonna participate on the runway this Saturday. I want to see her on that runway.
Who, my mini me?
Your mini me. Yes, your daughter. Your daughter gonna participate on Saturday.
We are still debating it.
Okay.
My daughter used to be on the runway. She used to love it. She was in the New York Fashion Week. She did things here at the Epic Hotel, did things at for different designers. But for some reason, I think that kids, boys and girls, they change their likings and their interests. And just like ballet, since she was 3 years old, was her passion. One day she said, I don't want this anymore, change it. So now volleyball and digital editing and drawing, she just got an iPad Pro. So you can imagine that kid her eyes are only on the iPad Pro, drawing her animes, and hopefully someday she'll work for Disney or Universal creating characters. That's what I can hope for. But maybe she'll surprise us and she'll be on somebody's runway. I'm hoping, as a mother, you always want to see your children as the face of your organization. But at the same time, I'm very respectful of my kids' decisions and likes or dislikes. And if she doesn't feel comfortable, I will not force her. That's why I have so many other models and moms that support me, and beautiful girls that, when you see for Project My Image other faces, those are the faces that I want to promote and make sure that they have a really good future. And they do whatever it is that they want to do and get their name out there and become quote unquote famous, because for us at Project My Image, they are already famous.
Awesome. One more time, invite our audience to go to the show and where they can get the tickets.
Okay. Eventbrite has the tickets right now. Just search Style and Image under the stars, and you will find those tickets. If That's not an option. You can call me at 786 261 3819, 786 261 3819, and say, Diana, I saw you on Joe's show. I want to buy tickets for the Style and Image Under the Stars show, and I will be happy to guide you in how to getting them.
And
So hopefully
finish.
we can see many of you.
Yes.
150 people is my goal, but if we see 200, we will be jumping up and down.
Awesome. And the show start with the magic carpet at 6 p.m. and then the show starts 7:30. Correct?
15.
7.
7:15. We moved it ahead a little bit, 7:15, just because we have our saxophone player, our reggaeton singers, the awards. We have a lot going on, and we want to make sure we end at a decent time. Anyways, there's plenty of space at the Big Five for everybody to stay overnight.
Definitely, definitely for everybody, driving from Orlando, the Central Florida area, going over there, and they didn't find a hotel. But the Big Five, they can accommodate that.
If they hear me.
Oh no. All right. Well, has been a pleasure, Diana. We will see you this Saturday at the event. We're gonna be there supporting, and not only that, we have some of our talents from Silera Media Group. They're gonna participate on this beautiful event, and we will see you this Saturday. Uh, and thank you so much for this opportunity to interview you and learn about who is Diana and all the projects that she have in her life.
I thank you so much, Joe, for the opportunity, for the conversation. And thank you always, Silera Group, for participating not only in this coming show, but also in all the projects that you have supported me and with your talent or your knowledge. So thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see all Miami, all Orlando, Puerto Rico, and all the vicinities in this event on Saturday. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for being with us in another Beeline to Passport. And remember, be a leader, rock the world, inspire others with your emotions in control.